About a month ago, I bought a fourplex for $220,000. The plan when I bought it was to buy it, renovate it, raise the rents, and then do a cash out refinance, pull all of my down payment out, and then go and use that money to buy even more real estate. And the best part about this property was that when I bought it, I had so many more square footage on the land that I was able to cut it into 2 lots. So let's talk about how much I've got done so far on this fourplex the last month and how close I am to start building 2 duplexes that will be worth about $800,000 altogether. So to start off, we've already got one of the apartments completely finished and rented. So when I first bought this property, I thought I would rent it for about $1,400 a month. It's a 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment that now looks like this. But when we finally got it rented, it took about 3 weeks to finish it. We got it rented about a week ago, and now we have it rented for $1,625. That's coming in every single month. And the best part about this property is that right now my loan's only about $1,250. So this covers the loan and pays my taxes and my insurance every single month with just 1 unit rented. So on this property, we went with brand new LVP flooring, redone almost all of the drywall, painted all of the cabinets, added new handles, added new countertops, added in a microwave. We put in all new light fixtures. We changed out every single plug and every single light switch to make them all match where they were mismatched over the last few years. And we installed a brand new washer and dryer for the tenants so they didn't have to buy their own. We installed a new vanity, a new toilet, all new trim. So this apartment was completely remodeled. Now let's go over what it costed me just to remodel this 1 4-bedroom unit. So as you can see here, the LVP flooring costed me about $2,000 to buy. The labor for that was $700. All of the paint costed me about $700. The electrician charged me $1,000 for all of the lights and replacing all of the switches and the plugs. The washer and dryer costed me about $900 together. All of the trim cost me about $500 to buy. The drywall mud was about $150. We put all brand new vents in because it had old vents. That costed about $100. The new vanity we put in was $188. The new countertop was $200. A new sink in the kitchen was $250. All of the kitchen handles was about $50. We put in a new smart thermostat, which was $200. The new doors costed about $500. The handles costed about $100. And the new window blinds costed about $50. So our total on this one apartment, well, with labor, was about $3,000 too. The total on this whole apartment was about $11,738. But some of this labor was split in between 2 of the units. They were kind of going back and forth a little bit, so the labor is a little bit high on this. But that took us about 3 weeks to do, and we rented that unit for $1,625, which is now paying the payment and the taxes and insurance every single month on these units. And now we're working on 2 of the downstairs units, which are 1-bedrooms. They've got the one about 90% finished. They're mudding one of the walls down where it used to be block, where they went and stuccoed it, and it had a really ugly looking texture on it. So he's going and mudding that entire wall and has to wait a couple days for it to dry. And then they're going to go back, finish the rest of the floor, finish painting, and that apartment will be rent ready. And we should be able to rent it for about $950 a month because we're paying all of the utilities on it. But we're getting a little higher rent than what I was thinking we were going to get. And the other tenant moved out of the other 1-bedroom. So we should have both the 1-bedrooms that are downstairs finished and possibly rented before July. But I always try to show my units before they're rent ready, which means that as soon as they get about 90% completed, I try to show them to tenants so that way they can see what the unit's going to look like when it's completely finished, but it's not completely ready to move in yet, which means that sometimes you can rent units a week or 2 out from being finished And as soon as the unit is finished, the tenants are moving in and you're not having any delays on collecting rent, because if you waited, say on these one bedrooms, today is June 17th. They may be finished before, well, they'll be finished before July. But if I wait until the very end of June to start showing them, I probably won't be able to get anybody to move in before July 1st. But if I start showing them this week, say by June 20th, if I could get somebody to look at it and like it before then, I could go and by July 1st, they could be moving in as soon as the unit is rent ready, which is exactly what I done on the 4-bedroom apartment. We had it about 90 to 95% completed. All the floor was laid. The paint was almost done. They had a couple spots to touch up. We hadn't installed the washer and dryers yet. They were there, but we had a few things left to do. But I rented this unit about 2 weeks before it was completely finished, which means that as soon as it's finished, the tenants moved in and I was able to collect rent before July. So in that case, we got that unit done. I think they moved in last Thursday, which was about almost a week ago now. So if I had waited until the unit was finished, we might not have a tenant before July, which means I could have lost out on the $1,025 in rent that I collected this month. So I always try to rent my units before they're completely rent ready when I'm renovating them, so that way I'm not missing out on any rent. So now an update on building these 2 duplexes I'm supposed to be building. So where we live at, you have to have 10,000 square feet per lot, which means that since we have the 4-plex there, we have to have 10,000 square feet for it, 10,000 square feet for the duplex next to it, and 10,000 square feet for the duplex next to that one. So we have to have 30,000 square feet altogether. Well, when I first bought this 4-plex, the city thought that I had about 32,000 square feet, which means that all we'd have had to have done is get a minor plat, send it to the city, to planning and zoning, and then they could easily approve it, the main woman could, and send it back to us, and we could just get the permits and start building. But the problem that we ran into is when the surveyor came out there and done the survey, which costed about $3,000, when he measured everything, we realized that we only had about 29,416 square foot, which means we're almost 600 square feet short from being at that 30,000 square feet that we need to build. So what she told us to do was cut the 4-plex lot that's there right now into 10,000 square feet, cut the duplex lot next to it into 10,000 square feet, and in the back, where I have an old barn at right now that was there when we bought it, cut that one into the shortest one, which will only be 9,416, because the city's more likely to approve it since there's an ugly falling down barn there right now. So that's exactly what the surveyor done. He cut all of that up, and now he sent it into her, which she has to approve it or say that she can't do it because it has to go in front of the board so they can vote on it. So the way it works is first you get the survey. He comes out, does the survey, says if you have enough land, makes a plat, a minor plat, and then sends it into her. And then she says if it's good or not, which in this case it wasn't. So then she has to send it to the planning and zoning board, which then goes and votes on it, which where we live at, they vote every 2 weeks, which means that we're about 2 to 4 weeks out from being able to start building these 2 duplexes. But the best part about these duplexes is that we should be able to build them for under $300,000 is what my builder's saying. And they will be worth between $380,000 to $400,000 a piece, which means that we'll have $80,000 to $100,000 in equity on these 2 duplexes, and we should be able to rent these for about $3,200 per duplex, which means we'll add about $6,400 a month in rents that should be coming in every single month. So we'll have brand new units that will be generating more rent. We'll be able to cash flow off of those, and we'll have way less maintenance than all our other properties because all of our other properties are built between 1950 to 1989, which means that these will be the newest units that we'll have, and we should be about 2 to 4 weeks out from being able to build those.